Hello! Hello, hello, hello! How are we all? Are we well? Oh, and we're responsive. Fantastic. I smoke a little bit of weed. A lot of weed. Like a borderline irresponsible amount of weed. But I was smoking with an American friend of mine recently, and we got on the conversation of buying weed. And with it still being illegal here, it's a little bit more problematic. And he said to me, and I'm sorry about this accent, my two American friends in the room. When I was living in Washington, buying weed was super easy for me. I'd just wander down to the weed store, buy a couple grams, and then go home. Now, I mentioned I've got ADD. I can focus on one thing at a time, and one thing only. And that man, that American man, said grams. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? Steve, did you just use the metric system? It's like, come on, America. There are only 3 things in the world we use your backwards ass imperial system for, and they are, in this order, weed, height, and dick size. Oh, brilliant, man, brilliant. Yeah, I get paranoid sometimes. I used to, however, when I used to smoke, I used to get paranoid all the fucking time. I used to get paranoid every time I smoked. Back when I was living over on the western side of town, like where all the money is. So like I was over there, and every single time I'd have a smoke and I would see or hear a siren, I would freak out, and I would be 100% convinced that I was about to be arrested for maybe $25 worth of weed. But since then, I now live in Linwood. And let me tell you something. The paranoia is fucking gone. Absolutely gone. Because I can guarantee with 100% certainty that I'm not doing the most illegal thing on my street. So now I see a cop car go past and I'm like, fuck! $75 k's an hour. Eastbound. Stabbing. What a load of shit. I mentioned I live in Linwood, so I don't live in a particularly safe neighborhood. Okay, I'm not saying that Linwood is an unsafe place to live, The crime statistics do that for me. So it's a crazy place to live. And because I live in a relatively Linwood place, I've invested in my own personal security system, right? It doesn't do anything to prevent break-ins, but I do sleep naked, so... Okay, I say naked. I kind of go one step worse than naked. No, I go one step worse than naked. I go full Winnie the Pooh. I love watching the ripple of realization across the crowd. So if you don't know what I mean by Winnie the Pooh, that's tops and no bottom, Top and no bottom, kind of sleepy and curious. Happiest with a honey pot. Winnie the Pooh.